when you think of entrepreneurship, would you recommend someone go down that path?
I'll go first. I would recommend them go down that path. Yeah. I mean, but do it on the side. Start as an employee. Learn from somebody first. That's the first thing. Learn the basics and then, go into entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship, you're going to bleed and you're going to bleed by yourself. Those nights up are going to be by yourself. You're going to have to sacrifice too. And you have to be ready for that. And a lot of people say, how do I start a company? And then I need money to start. You don't need no money. You just start by yourself and then put in the time. And the time, like I said, it outweighs the money. Like when people always come up to me like, Fad, how did you get going? It's been so long, I don't even remember anymore, like how I first started. But I do know as I started with nothing. Like I bought my first truck by myself. I didn't have the best credit score. I didn't have nothing. And I started by myself, and I don't look for an out. I don't look for someone to help me out in any way. I'll do it myself and figure it out. And that's really what it has to come to. Figure it out, do it by yourself. And, like he kind of said a little bit, you have to give up relationships. You have to give up on people to a certain point and put yourself in that dark room and focus to get things done, to be where you want to be financially. Because different people have a different quality of life and how they want to live. Some people are fine living like, making $600-700 a week. And they're fine doing that. They're fine. Okay. Their families are fine with that. They don't need to make $50,000 to $100,000 a week or $1 million a week. They're okay with that. You also have to get the mindset as you can't convince everybody to try to be a CEO. I find a lot of people, tell their family members or hey, why don't you do this to make more money or do this? Some people are content working, going home, and they don't care about the job after that. The problem never goes away. Right. That problem stays with you the next day after that. You have to live with that. So when things happen, your employees and other people, they don't care. They're not dealing with those problems. They're done at 5 o'clock or they're done at 6 o'clock. Yeah. They turn off their phone, they go work out, they go eat with their friends. Work to them is just work. Work for you is life, and you're living it. Yeah. That's your life. You can't get rid of it.
Yeah, I love that. Well, Carmen, why don't you, since you're answering it last, just close us out while you're doing it as well, too?
The concept of betterment to community, I believe in that. I don't think that society has peaked. I don't think that America's best days are behind us, which you hear from academics and certainly abroad. I like participating. I like the responsibilities of accountability. And I'm accountable for people. And it's very stressful, but I'll tell you what, I like stress. There's some adrenaline of having your back against the wall and at certain stages of your career, sometimes you are exactly what he said. You're in a dark room by yourself. You look to your left and your right, and there's no one there. Sometimes you're digging trenches. It's trench warfare, World War I, and you're trying to put people in those trenches with you, and you're trying to build teams because there's some comfort to knowing that you're not in this alone. And that's what you're trying to build toward. So I think there's a number of different ways to live. And none of us are an expert, but we can share. And I would say after this interview, you're seeing two very different philosophies and styles. Yep. But there's definitely some similarities. One of them is intensity. One of them is passion. One of them is, I know the dark days are coming and I'm not running. It's called courage. And that's a big part of this.